What is going on, button pushers? Today we are talking about filters again. Today's filter focus is going to be the PrismLensFX Cinema Hard Stop ND filter. So I'm going to go through a few of these things and let you guys know if it's really worth it, because I'm actually a heavy user of the Polar Pro ND one, but this one is a really good deal. So let's talk about it.
ありがとうございました。
If you guys are new to the channel, my name is David. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We go over a lot of tech gear and techniques for shooting and whatnot, and just, overall photo film. But today we're going to do a ND video. Initially, I was going to do a comparison video with the Polar Pro ND filter. As of right now, it's going to be fully focused on the PrismLensFX Cinema Hard Stop ND filter. So let's start off with the actual build, the look, appearance of the actual ND filter itself. So it comes in a blue, and honestly, there are people out there who think that blue as a color for gear makes it kind of seem cheap. But honestly, I really like the blue. They chose a really good color for this, and it's a little bit different because you see a bunch of red, you see a bunch of black, there's, a bunch of other colors, but you never see blue. And personally, I really love blue. Look at these cool tones in my background. I love cool tones. So as you're looking at the filter itself, you see that there's actual cinema ND hard stop spots. So it's, like a real ND filter would be 0.3, 0.6 density, 1.2 density, 2.1 density. There's actual cinema stops, so that way you can actually keep track and remember where you were shooting, or if you're shooting on a separate camera, you can actually tie them together and make it easier to, match. Because a lot of the filters out there, like the Polar Pro, it only says 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or 2, 3, 4, and 5 actually. And if you guys are looking to dwell deeper into the cinema world, the higher production stuff, and get 4x5s for your matte box and stuff, they all go by actual numbers, densities, 0.3, 0.6, 0.8. It doesn't stop at 2, 3, 4, and 5. It doesn't do that. Well, I guess in a way it does, because it's 2 stop, 3 stop, 4 stop, 5 stop, but still, it's a lot easier to remember if it's just the number. So something to keep in mind, because I thought this at first as well, when it says hard stop ND, it only means at the beginning and the end. So kind of like the very first Polar Pro Peter McKinnon edition, where it stopped at 2 and 5. That's what you're getting here, while the new Polar Pro one has haptic feedback for all of the different stops. So if you're doing to a 2 stop to a 3 stop, you get a hard stop there. It's not like smooth motion. So this one has like a very smooth motion all across, and it doesn't do a hard stop at each separate density. That's something to keep in mind, because I actually got confused about it, and that was something I was actually looking at, and I was like, oh, then maybe this is going to be able to replace that Peter McKinnon one. So I mean, using it, it's just like any other ND filter. There's no actual color shift in it, so it is a super quality one, and you usually get color shift when there isn't that hard stop at the first and the last, because that way you're getting this weird in-between one. So there's no actual color shift. Everything looks good. It works as it should. And one thing that I really like about it that I actually don't get on my other ones, the Polar Pro ones, is that I can actually attach filters to the front. I can attach any kind of filter I'd like to the front of the ND filter, which I normally don't do. I usually put the ND filter last, but I can place whatever I want on top of this in case I want to mount something onto it, in case I want to put it on a matte box or something. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. But I can put any filter I'd like, and I really enjoy that. I really like the freedom too, because I do use a lot of filters, so that is one thing that I really look forward to on using this ND filter. Aside from that, smooth motion from one stop to the next and all that stuff. And as far as price goes, it's like 100 to 120 bucks or something. I think I got it on sale for 100, but Polar Pro sells theirs at 200. So it's kind of like, do you really need the Polar Pro name behind it? I really liked it because it's quality, it worked really well, and at the time it was just something that really appealed to me because it had the no color shift and whatnot, none of that. It worked really well as a product, but looking back at it now, it just seems like it's just over expensive. It's overpriced. So if you are looking to get a PrismLensFX Cinema Hard Stop ND filter, I do believe that it is going to be a good purchase for you, because it is only 100 bucks, and well, it does the job. Now, I know people out there have their opinions of the company and say that a lot of their products are a little bit on the cheaper end, and it's kind of a way to save money and whatnot. So I think that even though that they are a little bit cheap, they are priced right in a way, kind of. Well, I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that, but honestly, it gets the job done. It looks really nice and blue, and honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. So if you guys want to pick this up, I think it is a good purchase, especially for the price. I will link it in the description below for you guys. Make sure to check that out, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, guys. I just got my vaccine, and I've been kind of tired, so I haven't been working as hard lately, but gonna try to get some videos out for you guys more, and I also need a haircut. I know there's a lot I need to do, but yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and drop me a comment below. Let me know what you guys would want to see next, or even if you think that the PrismLensFX is better than the Polar Pro, or if the Polar Pro is better than the PrismLensFX. Whatever, just let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep pushing buttons, and yeah, peace.